Hi viewers, welcome to today's session. This is Malan Gowda, Assistant Master at MG Online Classes. For more videos, please subscribe our channel. Welcome back, my dear students. In the last video, we have discussed exercise 1.1. Okay, today we are going to discuss some properties on the integers. That is, properties of integers. See, there are so many types of properties for the integers. One by one we are going to discuss. First, you consider any two integers, either it may be positive or negative. Okay, I will consider here two positive integers, 3 plus 6. Then what is their sum? 3 and 6, their sum, that is 3 plus 6 is nothing but 9. Here I have considered two integers which are positive, that is 3 and 6. Then their sum is a positive integer, that is plus 9. Next, you consider two negative integers, that is minus 2 and minus 5. Then I will add those two negative integer, that is minus 2 plus minus 5. Then what happens? This sum will become, this is minus 2, here plus into minus 5. Minus 2 minus 5, it is nothing but minus 7. Here in the first one, sum of two positive integer is again a positive integer. Here sum of two negative integer is a negative integer. It means the resultant is also a integer. The resultant is also a integer. It means if you consider any two integers, if their sum is also an integer, then we call this property is, this property can be, say that, closure property. Here on which operation we have did this one? That is under the addition of two integers. That's why this is closure property under addition. Okay, this is closure property under addition. This is in particular example. In general, how we can write? See, in general I will write, if A and B be any two integers, then A plus B is also an integer. Is it correct? See, because here we have considered two integers, then their sum is also a integer. In the same manner here I have considered A and B be any two integers, then A plus B is also a integer. This is called closure property under addition. Then is it holds for the subtraction or not, we have to check. Okay, see, consider one example similar to that one. 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3. What is the value of this one? That is nothing but 2. Here I have considered 5 and 3. Then their difference is a positive integer. It means it is a integer. Then you consider another example. Minus 2 minus 5. So we can write this one as minus 2 minus into minus plus 5. Minus 2 plus 5, its value is plus 3. It is also a integer. It means if we consider any two integers, then their difference is also a integer. So what we can conclude here? That is, in general we can write, if A and B be any two integer, be any two integers, then a minus b is also a integer, is also an integer. It means this property is closure property with respect to subtraction. Previous one with under the addition, this is under the subtraction. That is closure property under subtraction. Okay, this property is nothing but closure property under subtraction. Next, see, again I will consider sum of two integers. For example, 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5. What about their sum? That is nothing but 11. Is it correct? Then, is it possible to write 11 as 5 plus 6? Is it possible or not? Yes, of course, because 5 plus 6 is also 11. So, here 6 plus 5 is equals to 11, and we can write that 11 as 5 plus 6. In general, I will write this one as a plus b can be written as again b plus a. You consider another example otherwise. Suppose minus 3 plus minus 2. Here I have considered two negative integers. Then what happens? This is minus 3 plus into minus 2. So its value is minus 5. Then we can write this one as, see, this is minus 2 plus of minus 3. Then this is nothing but minus 2 plus into minus, so that is 3. Minus 2 minus 3, how much? That is minus 5. Both are same. So in general we can say that a plus b can be written as b plus a. So that's why if a and b be any two integers, then a plus b is equals to b plus a. Then we call this is a commutative property. Under which operation? Under addition. That is, this is commutative property under addition. Okay, it means integer holds the commutative property under addition. Then, is it possible in subtraction? You check once. Consider any two integers, then you subtract those. Here I will consider 12 minus 3. 12 minus 3. Then what about their difference? That is plus 9. That is nothing but plus 9. Then you reverse this one. This is minus 3 plus 12. Wait. This is difference now. So we have to subtract. Here minus or otherwise you write 12 minus of plus 3. That is nothing but 12 plus into minus 3. That is nothing but plus 9. Then you write in reverse order. This is plus 3 minus plus 12. This is plus 12. Then we can write this is plus 3 minus into plus minus 12. That is nothing but here larger number having negative sign. That's why this is minus 9. Is it both are same? No. Plus 9 is not equals to minus 9. So by this example, what we can conclude here? Commutative property under subtraction do not hold for integers. Do not hold for integers. Understand? Here, because difference of any two numbers. Here 12 minus of 3 is nothing but 9. But 3 minus of 12 is minus 9. Here plus 9 is not equals to minus 9. That's why we can't write a minus b is equals to b minus a. That is wrong. Because a minus b is plus 9 here. Here a minus b minus a is minus 9. They are not equal. That's why it is not possible. That's why what we can conclude here, commutative property under subtraction do not hold for the integers. Okay. So up to now we have taken only 2 integers. Now I will take 3 integers. For example, 3, 5, 8. Then I will add this, that is 3 plus 5. I will add first 2 as one group, then separately I will add the third one, that is plus 8. Then 3 plus 5 is nothing but 8 plus 8, that is nothing but 16. Here first 2 terms I have added, then after that one last one I have added. Okay. Then can we write this one as, first I will write 3 as it is, then I will write the last 2 terms, that is 5 plus 8. I will add the last 2 terms. Then what happens? This is 3 plus 5 plus 8, that is nothing but 13. So 3 plus 13 is nothing but 16. Both are same. This is one example. You consider another example. Minus 3, minus 4, minus 7. Now I will consider 3 negative integers. Then can we write this one as minus 3 plus of minus 4. First I will add these two. Okay, that is minus 3 plus of minus 4 plus of minus 7. So its value is minus 3 plus into minus minus 4. Here plus into minus minus 7. So its value is minus 3 minus 4 minus 7, and this one is minus 7. So its value is minus 14. See here first 2 terms I have added. So here in that side I will add last 2 terms, that is minus 3 I will write separately, plus minus 4 plus of minus 7. So that is nothing but minus 3 plus of minus 4 minus, here plus into minus minus 7. So that is nothing but minus 3 plus of minus 4 minus 7, that is minus 11. Here plus into minus again minus 11. So its value is minus 3 minus 11. It is minus 14. Both are same now? Both are same. So we can write this one as, in general, a plus b plus c can be written as a plus b plus c for all integers. Then this property is called associative property. This property is called associative property. Understand everyone? Okay. Then in your previous course you studied about whole numbers. In that one you have studied some properties of whole numbers, that is when you add 0 to any whole number, again you will get that whole number. Is it correct? See example, 5 is a whole number. If you add 0 to 5, then what happens? Again you will get 5. Then we called this is 0 is called additive identity for whole numbers. Now in case of integers, what happens here? Here 5 is also a integer, then 5 plus 0 is nothing but 5. Again it is a integer. So 0 is called a additive identity for integers also. You may check otherwise. Minus 3 plus 0. Again it is minus 3. Here minus 3 is a integer. We can check for any integer, either positive integer or negative integer. Here 0 is called the additive identity. Additive identity. This one you have to remember. Okay. 0 is additive identity. Well, in the next class we are going to discuss next exercise 1.2. Thank you.